Hey everyone, it's Andrew Douglas Lane here at the Douglas Moon Fragrance channel. And today I'm going to be reviewing Soir, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, by Maison Kurkdjian. Again, hopefully I'm pronouncing that properly. Now I'm going to go ahead and say, forgive me, if you can see that I'm breaking out. I have eczema ever since I was born, and I'm going through a rough patch of that right now. Pretty itchy, it is what it is. But this isn't a pity party. And also forgive me if you hear a lot of cars going by, but we're doing a video today in the front room because my wife's currently sleeping. It's a snow day. Why can't other people stay home? Who knows? But again, Soir by Maison Kurkdjian. Very known, very well known, very popular perfumer, very amazing perfumer. He's been all over the place. Makes all kinds of very amazing, powerful, elegant fragrances for his own company and for other companies as well. But this one is pretty well known in the fragrance community online and elsewhere. So let's dive on into it and see if it's all it's cracked up to be and if it's worth the price. Because if you know anything about his fragrances, you'll know this is pretty expensive. So let's do the inspiration here on the website. Soir Eau de Parfum by Maison Kurkdjian invites you to put on your finery and look your best. Before the city's lights turn on, a range of dazzling colors from honey to a captivating amber paint the sky. All right, never mind. Sometimes these things, these marketing things, they go on and on and on, and they're nice, but we're not here to do all that. We're just gonna talk about, again, is it worth it? So the notes are, at least as it says, cinnamon tree, vanilla amber accord, cyst labdanum, don't know exactly what that is, I know what labdanum is, and then lavender. So at least that's what the website's saying. Let's check out the atomizer, see how it does overall. Hopefully you're able to see that. Very strong, very boozy. As soon as it comes out, it's pretty much filling up the entire space that I'm in. Oh, very beautiful. I know I'm making faces that look like maybe I'm not thrilled with it, maybe I'm not into it, but I am. It's just I accidentally managed to get a little bit on my tongue. Very powerful, but again, very boozy, very sweet. As soon as it comes out, it smells luxurious. It smells nice. I don't know if this is necessarily something I would personally say is for me. I like darker, smoky, woodsy. I like amber, cedarwood, sandalwood, things like that. It's creamy. But this in particular is a little excessively boozy, but it represents a certain type of feel. Now, Initio has Side Effect. That's one of my favorite fragrances. And it's like this in a way, but a lot more pungent. It's very elegant, long-lasting somehow, strong, but without being excessively strong in like an abrasive way, if that makes any sense. It sounds a little contradictory, I'm sure. Do one more spray on the wrist. I tried this out the other day. Put 2 sprays on, one on my neck, one on my shirt, and it literally does radiate and last and last and last. It goes for a very long time, like these fragrances are known for. Now this is not extrait de parfum, like Baccarat Rouge 540 comes in both eau de parfum, extrait de parfum. This is not an extrait, but even the EDP is made very well, very powerful on the skin, unlike in the air or getting stuck in your bushy nose hairs if you have those like I do. It's not as dense, so that booziness starts to fade away. On the skin, you're getting a really excellent, I'm not a perfumer, I just love perfumes. I have ever since I was little. Hopefully you do too. That's why you're here. That's why you're curious about something like this. Because again, this gets a lot of buzz. But the cinnamon type notes, the vanillin, coming through pretty strong. Again, the labdanum, I actually really like. So at my job, I do work around fragrances, and but I work for a candle maker supply company in North Carolina, and around fragrances a lot, especially when you go by the lab. Labdanum is something that's become pretty popular lately in more smoky fragrances, especially this past fall season. We're in the late winter, heading towards spring right now if you're watching this in a future time. But I'm feeling that little teeny bit under there. But it's mostly, again, very fine, whiskey-ish with the vanilla, the cinnamon. It's really beautiful. But to be honest with you, the price of this, so this is the 2.4. It's $245 US, it says. I believe I got this for like $215 off of Fragrance Net. I get a lot of stuff off of there. I'm not sponsored, but I do get a lot of stuff off of there for like a reasonable price. But again, the price not the worst in the world for the size that you get, for the quality, because it does last a very long time. But I will say, for the price of this, it's not, again, nearly as expensive as Baccarat Rouge Extrait de Parfum or anything like that. So it's doable if you want to give it a shot. But again, I'm always very weary about telling people to spend over $130, something like that, for something that they can't just try. At least here where I'm at in North Carolina, there's nowhere to just go try this out. The only reason I got this is, so I can do a review and tell you guys. Because again, none of us, potentially you are, but I'm not rich. And if you are, happy for you. But when you spend your money to get something that you want to add to your collection, if you're crazy about fragrances, you'd like to be pretty confident that it's going to be worth it. And you have to be really into a elegant, boozy, cinnamon vanilla, but not in a cheap way. When I say cinnamon vanilla, it can make you think of a lot of things. Coffee, cake, stuff like that. It's very light, and yet still, somehow, he's very excellent at what he does. Francis Kurkdjian's very talented, obviously, at what he does as a perfumer to make things peaceful, calming, but yet last and last and last and radiate off of you. This is one of those ones, even though again it's an EDP and not an extrait de parfum, from a distance. Compared to a lot of things when you spray it on, you have to get kind of up close to smell it. From there, I can smell it after just the one spray on the wrist. Again, very strong, very beautiful, but very sweet. Again, not something that I would probably pick on a regular basis, but for special occasions. But if you're going to spend this kind of money, hopefully it's not your signature scent, again, unless you've just got money to throw away, but be responsible. But I would say, if you can find a sample of this, which sometimes Max Aroma or FragranceNet does, again, they're very reputable. If you can get a sample of this, I would say most of the time, try samples. They're normally about $25. Try samples before you buy something like this and invest in it, because you want to make sure you like it. And I very often try to recommend do not blind buy if you can help it. But it is beautiful, it is long lasting, it is very strong, and very wealthy. I wouldn't, again, recommend this being a signature scent though. It's not the most unique fragrance in the world. There are things like it, and maybe some things that for a more regular basis, maybe a better price, that I would say you could go for. But for what it's worth, if you're looking to try out some of his stuff, I would choose this, honestly, over Baccarat. I have it. I'm going to do a review of the Extrait de Parfum. I don't have the EDP, but I do got Baccarat Rouge. I do enjoy it, but I think I like this more. And I've got Oud Silk Mood coming in soon that I'm going to do a video for as well. And that is an Extrait de Parfum by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. But this one, I do recommend giving it a shot if you can. Don't recommend blind buying anything, but this is beautiful. He's very capable, long lasting again. Overall, I would say for the price, for the size that you get, because I like bigger size things, still good quality. I go for Parfums de Marly a lot. I would say for the size that you get here, the price is not my style. I would not rate it very well in that sense, but it is very well made. So I'd say overall, fragrance included, this is probably a 7.5 out of 10. Because the fragrance is fantastic, but I want to be very harsh on it because of how much you have to pay for what you get out of it. 2.4 or 70 milliliters. I wouldn't recommend that as somebody with a regular job who has bills to pay and a family to take care of. I would not recommend just going out and springing on this unless you're just really interested in this house and you have no responsibilities, or you've just been saving money for a while and you want to go for it. But overall, again, 7.5, maybe, fragrance alone, it's like an 8.5, but with the price versus what you get out of it, even though it's excellent projection and so forth, or excellent at least longevity, I still just can't rate it too high because I don't like telling people, get out there and get excited about spending your money away on something when you could have so many other options that you'll get more bang for your buck, I think, out of. So, always trying to give you my honest thoughts and opinions, always trying to keep it real with you guys. Again, Andrew Douglas Lane here at the Douglas Moon Fragrance channel. I love you. I thank you so much, all of you, for watching. 30,000 subscribers recently. That means the world to me. I'm trying to give you better quality, better fragrance reviews overall, just like going all different kinds of ranges. So I didn't open this like I normally do, but I just want you to know I do everything from the cheaper end all the way to the luxurious, expensive. I would say this is definitely expensive for what you get, but it is amazingly done. So it's just really up to the person if they think it's worth it overall. So Maison Francis Kurkdjian, Grand Soir, this has been my review. Everyone's welcome here, and I thank you all for watching, and God bless, and I'll see you guys next time.